Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about James Oliver Huberty and his massacre at a McDonald's in San Diego, California. It's been 34 years since it happened, approximately. I mean, it's the anniversary, July 18th. And I'm going to dive into his background and what he did. Well, for starters, he ran into a McDonald's. Let's just get to the massacre. He went into the McDonald's with an Uzi, a long-barreled Uzi, a 12-gauge shotgun, and a 9mm pistol. And he killed 21 people and wounded 19 others, primarily Mexican immigrants, and but not all Mexican immigrants. We'll get into that later. But anyway, the whole thing lasted for about 74 minutes, I think, if I remember correctly, and he was killed by a police sniper at the end. Anyway, and he was like, doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff while he was shooting people. He just walked in, ordered everybody to get down on the ground, just randomly shot people. And he would even sometimes throw fast food at people before he shot them. In any case, he was born in Ohio, and he contracted polio at the age of 3. He was born in 1942, and he contracted polio at the age of 3, so that means he got polio in 1945. He then, that left him with a lifelong disability. His mother abandoned the family sometime in the early 50s after they refused to go Amish with her. But anyway, he had numerous jobs. He had trouble throughout his life with holding down a job and everything like that. He had several occupations: funeral home undertaker. He had embalmer. He was a security guard. He just had a whole bunch of odd jobs, and he didn't really hold on to many of them for very long. He got fired a lot. But anyway, it was known that he had a lot of issues. I mean, he one time threatened to shoot a neighbor's dog for defecating in his yard. He actually shot his own dog after it did something bad on another neighbor's property. His wife, from what I hear, was not very stabilizing at all. She would either her or somebody else threatened to shoot the mother of one of her daughter's classmates for some reason. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, it was there was just a whole lot of crazy crap. But anyway, what happened is, eventually James Oliver Huberty and his family moved to Tijuana, Mexico, where somewhere along the line he developed an intense hatred for Mexicans. He spoke a little Spanish, so he really didn't fit in. But anyway, they quickly decided that Tijuana, Mexico was not for them, and they moved a little farther north into San Diego. And what happened is they actually moved a short distance away from the McDonald's where Huberty would commit his massacre. And he had several children. I don't know if he had one or two. He had at least 2 children. Anyway, what happened is that this guy, he eventually became a survivalist. And survivalists and preppers, I have several prepping videos, they're often not the most socially well-adjusted people. I mean, look at doomsday preppers. They're often not very well socially adjusted. This guy spent thousands of dollars stockpiling food, and he bought 6 guns, which we all know what he eventually did with them. If you just watch the beginning of my video, you'll know. But anyway, what happened is eventually he lost his job as the security guard And 8 days later, he walked he kissed his wife goodbye and said, grabbed his guns and said, "I'm going hunting. I'm going to hunt humans." And his wife shrugged it off. But the day before that, he tried to check into a psychiatric hospital because he was having problems. And they didn't really, think it was that big a deal because he seemed so calm. However, appearances can deceive, as they all later found out. So he walks into the McDonald's. Again, he orders everybody on the floor and just starts and shoots 21 people he killed 21 people and wounded 19 others, sometimes throwing food at them before he shot them. In any case, it was the deadliest massacre up until that time. It eclipsed Charles Whitman and his massacre, and when he shot all those people from the University of Austin's observation deck. But anyway, what we see here is he later claimed he had served. Is that somewhere along the line he claimed he had served in the Vietnam War, and there was no record of him ever enlisting in the military. So he most likely had schizophrenia. The ultimate truth to his psyche, though, was splattered all over the floor of a McDonald's 34 years ago today. And so we can't really know what his problem really was. In any case, people think that, just because he was schizophrenic, he must have snapped. No, that is not at all what happened. These things do not just happen. People don't just snap and do this shit. It takes years of shit just piling on them. Depression, schizophrenia, lost jobs, social rejection, all that crap. And, anyway, it's just, what we see here is that, James Huberty, he wasn't like a really hardcore criminal or anything, at least not until he committed the massacre, but he wasn't a model citizen either. That's why I said these rampage killers, they come from all walks of life. Most people think that, they're loners, they were bullied, and all that stuff, and in some cases that's true. But what we find here is that sometimes these perpetrators were bullies themselves. Sometimes we find that, they weren't all that socially isolated. Sometimes we find that they had long criminal records. Sometimes we find that they had no criminal record. I mean, Stephen Paddock had no criminal record. And everything like that. And, some of these guys have really clean records. Like Adam Lanza, Stephen Paddock. But Eric Harris and Dillard Klebold, Nicholas Cruz, yeah, they all had a few run-ins with the police. In any case, there's just a whole lot of things that happened. I mean, the McDonald's was demolished and all that stuff. They were just trying to erase the memory of James Oliver Huberty and what he did. But of course, that didn't work because if it did, this video would not be being made. In any case, that's all I have to say for now. You can research more on this man if you want to. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See ya.